Hold up.
Boys and girls, we're back again, and finally we are 10 games in nearly. It's week 10 of our Premier League score predictions. Massive games coming up such as Man City, Villa, Southampton, Leicester, Arsenal, Palace, Liverpool and Tottenham Hotspur, which is the big fixture to watch about between the two big six sides in that, you know what I mean? So, it's not going to be easy. Last time I didn't get any right. I had a horrible week last time, if I can be honest, so let's just hope we can at least get a few right, but God knows what's going to happen. I'm going to try and be a bit more realistic on my predictions, if you know what I'm on about, especially from a Palace fan's point of view. So yeah, let's get straight into it, starting with Friday night football. Obviously, Southampton take on Leicester at St Mary's Stadium live on Sky Sports, an 8 o'clock kickoff Friday night. So I'm recording today, so I'm going to try and get it out a little bit early rather than late on a Friday night. It might be up till Thursday or the Friday, you know what I mean? Depends what happens. But anyway, Southampton, they need to get a win. Their home record has been awful. They haven't won a home game yet this season, I believe. All their wins have been away from home. They've got a vital point to get the Wolves side, who are on a bit of a roll after beating Manchester City 2-0 away at the Etihad. One player who's in form for them is Danny Ings. He's been scoring a few goals now and then lately against Chelsea and then against Wolves last week, his last two games. So he's on a bit of a roll going forward and scoring goals. So I'm not going to lie, I think Leicester will get the job done. It won't be easy, but I'm going to go with a 2-1 win to Leicester City. I'm going to be realistic. I think that's what's going to happen. I think Southampton will score, judging on the form Danny Ings is in and a few other players around him may step up their game, but their home form this season has simply not been good enough. But who knows, they could get their first home win, but I'm going to go, judging on the way Leicester have started the season, I'm going to go with a 2-1 win to the Foxes. Manchester City take on Aston Villa at the Etihad Stadium. We're moving on to the Saturday game, the 12:30 kickoff. And I'm going to be honest, I think City will win. I'm going to go with a 3-0 win for Manchester City. I think Villa, they are a good side, don't get me wrong. They won their last game, they won their last two games, actually 5-1 away at Norwich and then 2-1 at home to Brighton. Come on, you Villa, you know what I'm on about. But now, real talk, I think City will get the job done. I think they'll keep another clean sheet. They obviously beat us 2-0 last week and absolutely hammered, Atalanta 5-1 midweek in the Champions League, so they'll be confident, they'll be cocky as well in front of goal. I think Gabriel Jesus will be fully fit as well. Obviously Aguero played midweek, and I think Jesus will probably play more in the Premier League games as well. But the pressure all mounts onto Sunday, and I think if they win, they'll only be about 3 or 2 points behind Liverpool, so the pressure will be on Liverpool on Sunday, so God knows what's going to happen. But yeah, I'm going to go 3-0 to Man City. I think Sterling will get 2 and Jesus will get 1. That's just my reality prediction. Bad Boys Brighton are at home to Everton. Now, this game is going to be a difficult one. I think Brighton, they know they need to win. They were very unlucky against an Aston Villa side who beat them 2-1, but they were down to 10 men, Brighton, so that's why Aaron Moy, I don't know what he was doing with that tackle last time out against Villa away. Everton obviously beat West Ham 2-0, a vital 3 points considering their predicament. They've had an absolutely atrocious few games before that win last time out against West Ham, so it wasn't easy. But I do think this game is gonna we'll have a few like twists and turns and that, etc. So I'm gonna go for 1-1. I think both defenses will be solid. I think whoever scores first, that'll be vital. But I don't know. I think Brighton will score first, and Everton are probably going to equalise. It's a very tough game. Everton don't really have the best record at Brighton, to be honest. I think they've drawn 1 and lost last season there as well. So 2 haven't really won there yet in the Premier League, in Premier League history, of course. So God knows what happens. Why we'll go over 1 or draw. It's going to be a very tight game, but I think there will be a few breakthroughs at times. Relegation boys, Watford take on mid-table AFC Bournemouth, who aren't really doing that bad. They kept their first clean sheet last season. Watford have kept a clean sheet. Of course, it was a couple home games back, I believe, against Sheffield United. I was going to say Sheffield Wednesday for a second. I don't know why, but this game, I think Watford will get their first win of the season. I could just see it happening. Bournemouth, they're not really doing that well. They're drawing too many games. They're not really winning many, especially in the last couple of games from judging what I've seen in that. So I think Watford are going to win this by... I'm gonna go 1-0 Watford. I think they'll get their first win of the season. They just need it right now. It's close to November. It's the last game of October. Then November's next week. So it start literally. That's when it's going quick. October's whizzing past with the snap of your fingers. You know what I mean? So I think Gray will probably get a goal for Watford. Gray, or maybe I don't know, Welbeck, depending on how they do in that, etc. But no, Watford need these points quicker than that. You know, it's vital for them to win. And if they don't win, then they're in big trouble. And I think I can't see them losing it. I don't know why, I just can't. So that's my gut instinct telling me to go over 1 that Watford win. Ham United take on Sheffield United at the London Stadium. It's a 3 o'clock kickoff, obviously. It's a big game for Sheffield United, considering they beat Arsenal midweek, or on Monday night more like, beginning of the week. 1-0 at Bramall Lane, a very solid performance. They were a better team, they were up for it, they got great team spirit, and they're 9th in the league, and I think they'll stay up. You know what I mean? It's really hard to see who's going down. Depends on it depends on who bottles it this weekend. Is it going to be Norwich or Watford? If they both bottle it, then they might, be in relegation predicaments already. You know what I mean? But West Ham, they need to get the 3 points. Their last 4 games in all competitions haven't really been going well. 4-0 defeat to Oxford, 2-2 draw away at Bournemouth, a 2-1 loss at home to us. Boys, Crystal Palace, and then last week losing badly 2-0 to Everton. Didn't play well at all. They need to change it around. So it's not, Anderson's not playing well for them. He needs to be dropped, in my opinion, especially from what I saw against Palace and Everton in their last 2 matches in the Premier League. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw in this game. I think Sheffield United, their away record, they haven't lost away yet at all. They've got a superb away record. They're up for it. Their motivation levels are up here. They're not even that far behind us in the league. They're 9th or we're 6th. So what does that tell you? So it's going to be a 1-1 draw. West Ham are under pressure. They bottle this badly. They even lose this or draw, but play poor. The pressure's going to mount onto the players and Manuel Pellegrini. So it's going to be a 1-1 at the London Stadium. Then we got Saturday Night Football. Apologise for the camera shaking, you know what I mean? But no, we got Burnley v Chelsea. This game is going to go 2 ways. Either it's going to be a draw or either it's going to be a Chelsea win, judging my opinion. And I think it will be a Chelsea win. I think Chelsea will beat them 2-0. Since dropping Emerson, the Brazilian left back, they put Alonso in. They've been keeping more clean sheets. Obviously, they got a big win against Ajax yesterday at the time of this recording. A 1-0 win to take them, I believe, top or second in the Champions League group. I haven't even checked yet, but they look solid as a team. They look very comfortable. They look confident. The young talent in that team, such as Mason Mount, Abraham. Who could I think of? Reece James and that coming through. Hudson-Odoi, of course, as well. These players, their link-up play, their teamwork and their motivation at the moment is superb. And judging we're playing them in 2 weeks' time, I'm not too confident, to be honest. It's Stamford Bridge, Chelsea Palace. So I'm going to go 2-0 Chelsea. To be honest. I think they'll get the job done. Change my prediction. Yeah, I think I did say 2-0. I can't even remember what I said half the time, so I have to get out of bed an hour ago and then just start doing this stuff, you know what I mean? But now, real talk, I think Chelsea are going to get the job done. I think Hudson-Odoi is going to actually get a goal. I think Abraham will score as well. Super Sunday is around the corner as well, 27th of October. Got 4 games, starting with Newcastle against Wolverhampton Wanderers. That game, of course, is on Sky if you lot will wonder it as well. This game is going to be a tough game for both sides. Both sides need 3 points if they want to progress in the league. Newcastle, they're doing all right. I mean, they beat Man United and then they're going to lose to Chelsea 1-0. So what does that sort of tell you? A bit of inconsistency, but I think this game, I don't know. I think Wolves, because Wolves are playing on Thursday, I think Newcastle will be up for this game. So I'm going to go 3-1 Newcastle United. I'm just going to go. That's just probably one of my big predictions of the weekend. You know what I mean? I think 3-1 Newcastle. I think they'll, because they're at home, the pressure is on. They know they've got to pick up points to avoid relegation. They've had a really atrocious start despite winning 2 games against Tottenham away and Man United at home. So there's problems, especially against the teams around them. I think it's time for them to sort of redeem themselves, and they realise that they've got to start acting and thinking quickly in these sort of games. So yeah, 3-1 Newcastle United. On the derby to look forward to if you're an Arsenal or a Palace fan, Arsenal v Palace, of course, at the Emirates Stadium. Now I know Arsenal lost to Sheffield United, but my gut instinct is telling me that I think they'll beat us. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm gonna do something. I think I'm gonna go with a 2-1 Arsenal win, but I do want my boys Palace to prove me wrong, to prove that we are contenders for the top 6 or even the top 10. We need to I think I'll take a point out of this game. It's not an easy place to go to the Emirates, I know they're playing on Thursday as well. They've had 2 games. We've had a bit of a longer time. Now I think about it, they've played Monday, now they're playing Thursday with a few of their certain players. So, the fact they've had 2 games, they've basically got 3 games in a week, if you think about it. So I think we'll be more fitter than them, but I think Arsenal, knowing God's luck and not my luck, will probably beat us, but I want the team to prove wrong. So I'm going to go 2-1 Arsenal, but yeah, I'm going to be a bit risky. My gut instinct is telling me that Palace might actually get something in the Emirates just like last season, so who knows. We'll take on Tottenham Hotspur, a big game. There is one other game as well, Norwich Man United. I'm going to get onto that in a sec. See what order I've been given and that. Not so. Liverpool take on Tottenham. The pressure's on Liverpool Sunday. If Man City win, which they probably will, get to 12:30. then the pressure will be on Liverpool. I think City will be about 3 points behind them because Liverpool dropped points at Old Trafford, and of course City went to 1 there as well. Sorry, City went and beat us Boys Palace at Selhurst Park the day before. Pressure's onto the Reds, you know what I mean? Obviously they did beat Ghent 4-1 in the Champions League just yesterday, so it was a big win for them. 2 brilliant goals from Oxlade-Chamberlain and a couple others from Mane and Salah. Well, one from Mane, one for Salah, I should say it like that. Tottenham obviously beat Red Star Belgrade 5-0 as well, so 2 very good competitive sides on a good run of goals in the last game they played in all competitions. So I'm gonna be honest, I think this game, I think Liverpool will win it, but it's not gonna be easy. I'm gonna go 2-1 Liverpool. In fact, I'm gonna go 3-2 Liverpool. I'm gonna go 3-2 to Liverpool. I think it's gonna be a high-scoring game. Both defences will be up for it, but you know, I think Tottenham, their confidence has just gone up a little bit after that 5-0 win, and Liverpool will just be them usual selves. But defensively, they're not as clinical. They're just sort of a bit sloppy at times. They're a bit too, what do I say? A bit too complacent at times. Even, you know, if you look at the Ghent goal yesterday, and as you remember that their last Champions League game before that, their 4-3 win against Salzburg, 3-0 after they slip. Playing the Tottenham side, you play like that, you're gonna get yourself into serious trouble. Van Dijk's been alright. Alisson is back to goal, which is huge for them. I think it'll be a huge benefit considering Adrian, you know, did alright, but only kept 2 clean sheets. And Alisson, since he's come back, he hasn't kept a clean sheet yet. So yeah, you know, we technically did keep one against Norwich before he got injured, of course. So I would count that in. But yeah, it's not going to be an easy game. But I think Liverpool will get the job done. 3-2 Liverpool at Anfield. Last game, of course, does take place at Carrow Road. Norwich v Manchester United. Now I'm not going to lie, this is a massive game for Norwich. If they cannot afford to lose this. I mean, they did keep their first clean sheet of the season last time out against Bournemouth. Both sides did, of course, in that game. Man United did get a point against Liverpool. They played really well, but they just let it slip towards the end. They got caught out. Adam Lallana equaliser, made it 1-1. The confidence was shattered there completely. Norwich v Man United. This game is going to be difficult, but I'm going to think about it. I'm going to go for 1-1 for this game. I think that's what's going to happen. I think Norwich will be up for this. I think Pukki needs to get a goal. I think he will score for them. I think either Rashford or Martial, you know, depends on who starts, will get the equaliser for Man United, or the other way around, however way it goes, you know what I mean? So it's not going to be easy. Man United, they need a Premier League win quickly. They haven't won in their last like 3 games or something like that, 3 or 4 games. It's not looking too good for them. It's not looking too good indeed. Like about 2 defeats and 2 draws. It's not good for them, and I can't see them winning it today. You know, they've got too many injuries. Pogba's still out. Defensively, they don't look good. Finishing is not the best, but I don't know. I think it's just going to be a 1-1. I can see it as well. Judging Norwich at home, and the pressure will get to them. But you never know in the Premier League. You never know, and you never know what's going to happen in these fixtures. So yeah, fingers crossed I get them all right in that. I don't, you know, do badly like I did in my last couple, you know, weeks in that. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Hopefully you enjoy. Let me know your opinion and your predictions down below as usual. Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. Or in the description below, find my email as well if you want to check that out as well. Like, share, subscribe, of course, like I always say. And I'll see you lot in my next video with Pro Clubs. I promise that will be out as quick as possible whenever we get the chance to film it. And of course, whenever everyone is available. So I'll see you then. Peace.